So there are like 5 ways I think that you can get primo gems in 1.5. This is the first one, and they go over it really quickly. But it talks about we're introduced to Tubby, and it talks about trust rank. So when you raise your trust rank, you get primo gems. So you may only get 60 when you get to trust rank level 10, or you may get primo gems every time you raise the trust rank. And Tubby's just super cute. That's it. That's all I have. Like, what? Can I have Tubby instead of Paimon following me around? Like, can I just have Tubby, like, can I just take photos with Tubby? Like, what we deserve. This is who we deserve. And then what I'm really interested in too is they talk about like hanging out with your friends, but then they go, the co-op is used to demonstrate the effect, but then it's like interactive features, like we don't know if they're gonna work yet, you know? They gotta call him Tubby and do him dirty like that. I don't know. He's just so cute. But it's also nice to see that, like, look, the Serenity Teapot, you have it in your like in your toolbar at the top now. Again, it's like there's a realm currency. Like, to buy the furniture, you need to earn a realm currency. And it shows, this is the breakdown of like how often you're earning the realm currency. So because of how excited I am about this, I 100% am going to be bare bones level the whole time and only earn like 4 per hour. But so then they talk about, like, see the example, the highest adaptable energy that like this realm has earned, like the one in the example, is Stately, and they're earning 26 of the realm currency per hour. And then it's kind of showing like, then, so you earn the realm currency here. You can then use your realm currency to buy things like this transient resin that we didn't talk about at all. Did you notice that? That you got to see transient resin and sanctifying essence and sanctifying unction, but we didn't talk about it? Yeah. So you can use the currency to buy these things, and they reset. Like, it says like they're not indicative of the final product, but then like the shop resets. So you can buy, like, can you buy this stuff all the time? Who knows, right? Isn't that exciting? That, I thought that was something that they glossed over really quickly. But this might be something. This is something that I think was possibly leaked, but like it wasn't. They didn't talk about this at all. Like, they were like, okay, realm currency. Do you want to talk about how some guy comes by sometimes to sell you dogs? Like, literally, they skipped right over it, and they were like, oh, okay, did you know that like sometimes there's a guy who will pop in who isn't Tubby, and you can buy these things? Who? Tag yourself. I'm Sheriff Cat. But it's like, it's something where it's like, even if you're not excited about housing, you're gonna want to get your housing in order so you can earn the realm, so you can get your adeptal energy up, so you can earn the realm currency, so you can buy the transient resin, so you can buy the hero's wit, so you can buy the sanctifying essence and the sanctifying unction, so you can buy Sheriff Cat. Like, you're gonna, even if you're not excited, you're gonna have to do all of that, which is really exciting. You know, it's nice to be able to buy things. So then there's the energy amplifier, which reminds me, this is the event I can never remember the name of. What was the name of the event with Fischl and Mona? Like, what was that called? Angelina and I also would decorate a little teapot. Unreconciled Stars. Thank you. So this reminds me of Unreconciled Stars. Because you go around the world and you are like collecting these Irminsul fruit fragments. So you just go around the world and they pop up, and then you have to defeat the guys around it. But what's nice is in Unreconciled Stars, you had to pay resin to get the rewards, right? Like, to get the rewards from the thing that you broke. Here, once you beat those guys, you can just collect your fragments, and then you just use them here, which is pretty cool. Like, it's nice that this is something that it feels like you're not going to have to pay Yeah, fragments. You don't have to spend resin on this, because see how it just says collect fragment? Like, it doesn't, there's no exchange. It was, they collected the fragment and they got the rewards. Yeah, it's resin free. So then there's another step to it. You use your aerosol fragments to boost your team in order to clear domains. Multiple steps here. There are so many steps to this that it's like, you have to collect the aerosol fragments, you have to fit them into your whirligig, and then you have to clear domains. And the first time you clear the domain, you can get primo gems. So like, it's another way. I know, there's so much. Like, that's the thing. That's why I was like, what? I was like, you get primo gems, you get primo gems, you get primo gems. Like, there's so much. So they don't talk about when these things are going to release, but there's like, I think there's 4 events that happen overall. So it feels like 2 are going to happen within Zhongli's banner, and 2 will probably happen within Eula's banner, which is pretty great, because the events usually last anywhere between like 7 and 14 days. This one, it feels like it's probably going to be a little bit longer, but they went through and they showed, like, they didn't click every single one. They only clicked Domain of Heresy. But like those are the first clear rewards. You can also get, there are even more rewards from this, including, y'all might have missed it, a free Diona, which is why this one is just like Unreconciled Stars, because you could have gotten Fischl from Unreconciled Stars, and now from Energy Amplifier Initiation, you can get a Diona. Isn't that so amazing? You can get Primo Gems, Mora, books, rocks, more books, a crown, different rocks, and a Diona. Which is so amazing. Like, that's Pog as shit, honestly. Like, I love her. And that's something that's really nice for, if, considering she hasn't been on a banner in a hot minute, it's going to be nice to, like, even get her C0 and work on building her, especially with, like, the new Cryo boss, like, the new... Yeah, she's, like, again, like Drew said, she's one of the strongest 4-stars. She's so good. So it's, like, that's why it makes sense that we're going to do Diona story quest, because you can also just get her for free. And they feature her pretty heavily, because then they show her in the next event. So this one, Battlefront Misty Dungeon, is the one that I understand the least. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This one feels more... So, like, you thought the, like, Aerosol fragments felt weird. This one makes no sense. Yeah, the Diona hangout event. But so, this one's nutty. So, it's called Battlefront Misty Dungeon. You build a team that has your team has no elemental resonance. You can have your friends' characters help you. You can, like, only use certain characters. But if you complete all the challenges, the rewards are just nuts. So, like, completing the range trial once gives you 70 Primo Gems. And they went through. Completing the shield trial once gives you 70 Primo Gems. Completing the elemental trial once, 70 Primo Gems. Like, what? What? So this is, they talked about this a lot. So you pick your characters, and they show that this person, God bless them, only has 10 characters. But they're all at level 80. So, like, who knows what's going on there. But then the different elemental trials have ley line disorders. So this all parties elemental mastery increased by 300. When a character triggers an elemental reaction on a nearby opponent, it can trigger a shockwave that opponent's position that deals damage. A shockwave can be triggered in this manner every 1 second. So they talk about how the elemental resonance is way down because they like adjust, they add these ley line disorder benefits. So there are runes to activate, which let's go back. Runes. There are runes that you need to activate. Okay. And then when you activate a rune, you have to defeat opponents nearby the rune. Okay. And then it's like, you can see how it says obtained benediction, Godspeed, all party members' movement speed increased by 20% until this trial ends. So it's got, they're the same elements that we did when we were doing the tower defense, where you can like pick. Oh, wow. Okay. This part I don't understand then. I don't know about the trial characters, but when you activate the rune, see how it's, so in this first section, I don't know what is going on in this photo, but when you activate the rune, you have to defeat the opponents. Once you defeat the opponents, the rune's been activated. The rune's been activated, and then you go to the next space and try to activate the next rune. And you get like a ton of time. I mean, like, I don't understand that. Again, I don't understand the trial character aspect to this. Like, but for 70 primo gems, I'm going to do anything. I'm going to do anything this game wants me to do, okay? And then, oh, I just went back and took a picture of Albedo doing a thing. So it says, assemble your adventure team and head deep into the Misty Dungeon. This is not co-op as far as I know. But this was the one that I think that it was like, if you need help, you can use, oh, there we go. There was the energy amplifier for the friends. Thank you, Pratik. But so this is another one. This is another event that you get primo gems, books, other books, Mora, rocks. Like, this is it's another primo gem event. It's another event where you can just like run around having fun, killing things for gems. And I just like the art of this, that it's like these cards, like these cards are really cute. Okay. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. I know that everyone else is excited for housing. I know people are excited for the hide and seek game, blah, 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 blah. I am so excited that my main man, the unusual hilly churl, is getting his own event. Like, what? We believe this unusual hilly churl could be a key factor in recent disturbances. Like, you track the unusual hilly churl down. So if you're watching this right now, I want to say, and you're not subscribed, you should subscribe. Because I'm going to make a video about all the unusual hilly churls. I have the name card where you kill 50 of them. I have it because he's my best friend. I love him. He is so good. And if you don't know, if you haven't seen him, if you don't know where to find him, I'll make a video. I'm working on it right now. Big way. We love him. We're gonna hunt him down. He's so good. I love him. But so then every day it updates. So this is the same as like a lot of other daily events where it's like, as they unlock, you can go, like, you can just run them all at the same time. So like, if you can't connect, like if you can't come in every day, you can just go in and find him. But what I really love about this is that the first shot they showed of him was him cracking Aether across the face. Oh my god. It's so good. And he's level 82. He's level 82 and the level 80 Aether does like no damage. It's amazing. What was really interesting to me is that he is here at Windrise, but this is not where he spawns at Windrise. Like when usually he spawns at Windrise, spoiler alert, he's asleep. every time he spawns at Windrise, he's asleep. He's taking a nap. So it's like you woke him up from his nap and he's ready to beat your ass. I love him so much. And then Aether got another hit and he goes, like, oh, it's so good. Look at him. King Wei. So, and I think that they were pretty sure. They were pretty sure that people would be on the fence about hunting the unusual hilly troll. So they put housing things in with the unusual hilly troll hunt. Like, so the primo gems on this event are probably going to be a little less than the other one. So you can get blueprints, you know, DIYs if you're familiar, for Liyue style furnishing blueprints, which is nice. Like, we've seen these things all around. A little stage. I want a little stage for Xinyan. I want a little lantern pendant. Okay, so let me see. Oh, and then, so then I think the art for this is really cute. This is the hide and seek game, which when we're talking about things that we're seeing in this game that look like other games, this is just like a game called Witch It, where you do exactly this. Like, you turn into objects and hide. So this is the one. So this is the part that I feel like we didn't have enough information, so I was a little confused. It says you've invited other players to play Wind Trace, but then the voice actors were saying that if you play it in co-op, you can't earn Wind Trace coins. And again, like, you'll be unable to obtain Wind Trace coins if you play in a custom-made team. So it's like, I don't understand if it's like you have to co-op with complete randos. Like, it will just pair you with whoever. Like, you can't play with your friends. Like, so it's like you can play with your friends, but you won't earn the Wind Trace coins. And if you aren't earning the Wind Trace coins, why are you playing? You know? Like, that's my question. So you can play with your friends, but you won't be able to earn the currency. And I thought that was really interesting that they said that. Like, they said it multiple times. They say it down here, like in the fine print here. They say it in this fine print. But then you can see, like, your current amount of Wind Trace coins. So it's like you'll be able to untrace once you've reached the maximum amount you can carry. You'll be unable to obtain them while playing in a team you made yourself. But so yeah, they talk about hunters and rebels, but honestly, all I care about is the fact that it looks like it's cats versus cats wearing masks, which is like, this is so fucking cute. Can we talk about, like, who needs whatever the heck the tower defense one was? This is perfect. Like, this is so good. And then it talks about, like, these are the, like, special things that you can get. So mysterious hunch, capture, insight. Like, these are secret arts you can use to hide. And then I just look at this. This art is so cute. Like, what? Cats hiding in a box. Cats hiding in a bush. Cats hiding behind a rock. And you can get a name card. This is the I think, I could be wrong, but I think this is the only name card you can get that they showed in all of 1.5, opposed to other events we did. Where it was like, I think in one of the events you could get like 3 name cards. I was like, what? I don't need all these name cards. Like, what am I supposed to do with these? But this one I want. I need this one. Forget about the Primo Gems. I need this name card. So that's really exciting. And then there's Overflowing Mastery. So for a limited time, you get double talents. So opposed to paying, when you use condensed resin, you get double the rewards. But one condensed resin is 40 fragile resin, like, or 40 fragile resin, normal resin. Now, during this time, you can pay 20 resin to get double books. So if in 1.5 you got a new character and you're having a hard time farming books, you can get double. Isn't that great? Isn't that so nice? I love it. I love it so much. And then we talked about system optimizations. This is my favorite one. I literally was so fucking stoked. I was so stoked. There are going to be 4 weekly bosses. Like, they're saying there are 4 weekly bosses that you're going to want to earn things from. When you fight the first 3 of them, instead of paying 60 resin, you pay 30. And they made an amazing point where they went, that means you can fight all 4 weekly bosses in 1 day. Done. Easy. Do you want to know why I don't fight all the weekly bosses? It's because I don't want to have to figure out who I have to fight when. Like, I don't want to have to figure out who I have, like, what day I can co-op and what day I can't. Like, this one, I can run, I can go, okay, let's fight Child, let's fight the Wolf, let's do whatever the new weekly boss is that they add. Oh, the frog. Like, let's do everything we can do in co-op, and then let me struggle to kill this freaking dragon, and we'll call it a day. And, like, you can get everything and beat, like, Aztaha, the stone frog. Yeah. So, like, this is so amazing. You can pick, like, you know, your mileage may vary. Like, you may want to, like, there may be a weekly boss that you don't need to fight. Like, say there's a weekly boss that you don't need a piece from, you know, like, you don't have a lot of, like, you just started the game, you don't have a lot of 5 stars, like, you aren't really interested in leveling up your talents, like, that high. So you may only need to fight 3 weekly bosses every week. And this is a huge bonus. Like, this is so good because so much resin was being eaten up by these weekly bosses. Like, it was insane. And then this is just showing that the treasure collection cost would be 30. And then it shows, like, so this is also so broken. Like, if you don't do this, you're doing it wrong. To get 300 adventure XP for 30 resin is, like, broken. Like, if you don't do your weekly bosses every week, because it is, I have talked about this so often when people are trying to say, like, hey, did you know that if you go fight this boss, you get 500 adventure XP? And I go, did you know that you're wrong? It's because for every 20 resin you spend, you get 100 adventure XP. It doesn't matter what domain you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's for books. It doesn't matter if it's for character essential materials. It doesn't matter if it's for weapon essential materials. You get 100 adventure XP for every 20 resin. With this new update, if you fight the weekly fucking bosses to get your gladiator pieces, to get your character essential materials, to get your prototypes, cough, they don't exist, you can get 300 adventure XP. We're all getting to AR-56 within the next year, y'all. Who needs 2 years? They cut the resin in half. We can get there in a year. We can do it. And then it shows that this is the next update, is that when you're in co-op, because this is something that I struggle with. I play in co-op all the time. I play in the co-op all the time because I am a baby and I can't do anything on my own. And I like playing with other people. You know, I like hyping them up. I like seeing the damage they do. I like seeing the things we can accomplish together. I am struggling because none of my characters are at friendship level 10. Across all my accounts, I have 1 character at friendship level 10, and it's Xinyan. And I mained her every day for 6 months, and that is why. So now, in co-op, you get double the companionship XP. So it makes up for it a little bit. Where before, like, I was only getting 20 companionship XP if I was playing in co-op. Now you get 40. So you can get there just a little bit faster. And it'll maybe encourage people to play in co-op more. Especially if you just have, like, 1 character that you're at level 8 friendship with. If you go do co-op, like, if you really want that name card, like, you really want Rosaria's name card, play her in co-op. Like, just play her in co-op all the time. And you can get that name card twice as fast. So then it talked about this. I don't need so much because I own a calendar, but they're now, anytime an event is going to end, they send you a mail update and you get Mora. So, like, pfft. Also, don't be deceived. I think that, like, this is when we're going to get the update. And these mails are for people who were doing the beta. So they were getting a notice to know, like, essentially when the update is going to end. But so like don't think that something got leaked here, because literally the update will barely be live by 426. And then if you are playing and you feel like your game is taking up too much space on your device, you can delete voiceover files. So like there are 4 languages. There is the original Chinese, there is English, there is Japanese, there is Korean. If you swap between them like I do, that means you have them downloaded. So now you can delete them off of your device. And they talked about voiceover being like really meaty, but then it showed that the Japanese voiceover file is like 2.5 gigs. So I guess that if you get rid of 3 languages, then that's gotten rid of 7.5 gigabytes of data, which could be a lot. It could be kind of a lot. And then, okay, so I know we're not getting the chasm. I know we're not getting Inazuma. I know that some people are still going to say we didn't get a new land. But we got this beautiful sneak peek artwork that makes me want a book of just Inazuma. Like, I am so excited. So it talks about Narukami Island, a site witnessed by all inbound travelers to Inazuma, the grand Narukami Shrine and sacred Sakura on the mountain, and the city of Inazuma on the coast. This is beautiful. This is so gorgeous. And then it talks about Tatarasuna of Kanazuka, the mountain surrounding the Mikage furnace. Blossoms continue to bloom here, impervious to the effects of war. And then Tenshukaku, Inazuma City, the resident of the most exalted one of all of Inazuma, standing tall on the highest point in the city, it watches over all under the Electro Archon's dominion. So this is the Electro Archon's home. And doesn't this look amazing? Like the cherry blossoms. Can you imagine having cherry blossoms year round? This isn't your like springtime in Animal Crossing where you only get them for a couple months. Like you're gonna get this all year round. It's so exciting. It's so gorgeous. Like the colors are beautiful. Even here, this scary underground place is still gorgeous. Like look at the floating island. Like the broken railings, the like built into the mountain housing. So the Mikage furnace is the largest smelting facility in all of the islands of Inazuma. Surrounded by jagged rocky terrain, war has brought production to a halt. So it's like we know a little bit about what's going on with the Electro Archon. We know about them taking people's visions. Like we know that there is a lot happening in Inazuma. And so it's nice to see like that, unlike Liyue, unlike Mondstadt, places that have dealt with war in the past, we're going to a place that is currently experiencing a struggle, and we get to see like the 2 sides of that, of like you get to see where it's perfect because the person who is causing all the trouble lives and wants it to look perfect to the outsider, and then you get to see that it looks bad, like because they're at war. And then, oh, this one kind of blurred. But so then we have a place similar to Dragonspine. It's Yashiori Island. The skeleton of a great snake rests on this island. The presence of its evil is palpable here. Oh, that's little Zhongli said. So this is another shot of Yashiori Island. So this, like I said, is going to be like Dragonspine, where it's a place that, you know, something died, you know? I know, little Zhongli. Look at him. He's tired of your bullshit. But yeah, so that is it. That's it for my recap of 1.5. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that you had a good time. If you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed and you had fun, do you want to hit that subscribe button? Thank you. I love you.